Beloved soul, welcome back to Angelic Whisper channel, where divine insight meets divine timing. I'm so glad you're here today. I don't believe in coincidences, and neither should you, because if you found this video, there is something heaven needs you to hear. Today, your angels want you to know a truth that will change the way you see the days ahead. There is a shift happening around you now. It is quiet, hidden from human eyes, but heaven is moving the pieces. If you're new to our divine family here, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. When you do this, you're not just following a channel, you're joining a sacred community where heaven speaks directly to waiting hearts. Every notification you receive is a divine appointment, a moment when your angels have something specific to share with you. Don't miss these divine appointments. Subscribe now and let heaven find you exactly when you need it most. Before we go deeper into this sacred message about your soulmate, I need you to do something important. Type "I am ready" in the comments below. This isn't just words, beloved. This is your declaration to heaven that you are prepared to receive what has been waiting for you. When you type these 3 powerful words, you create a spiritual agreement with the divine realm. You open a door that has been waiting for your permission to open. So pause this video for just a moment, go to the comments, and type "I am ready." Your angels are watching, and they celebrate every soul who declares their readiness to receive. There is someone thinking about you right now. As you listen to these words, as you breathe in this very moment, their soul is reaching out to yours across the invisible threads that connect all hearts destined to meet. They don't fully understand why you keep appearing in their thoughts. They don't know why certain songs make them think of a face they haven't met yet, why certain places feel empty without someone they can't name. But their soul knows. Their soul has always known. And today, through this divine message, you're going to understand what their heart has been trying to tell yours. Your soulmate exists in this world right now, breathing the same air, walking under the same sky, feeling the same inexplicable longing that you feel. They wake up some mornings with an ache they can't explain, a missing piece they can't identify. They look at couples holding hands and wonder when their hand will find the one it's meant to hold. They pray prayers that sound exactly like yours, asking the same questions, harboring the same hopes. And here's what heaven wants you to know. Those prayers have been heard. Every single one of them. The angels have been working tirelessly to align your paths, to remove obstacles, to prepare both of your hearts for the meeting that will change everything. But there's something your soulmate wants you to know right now. Something they can't tell you in person yet because the divine timing hasn't fully aligned. It's their deepest secret, the truth they carry in the most protected chamber of their heart. They want you to know that they're scared too. Yes, beloved soul, your divinely chosen person carries the same fears you do. They worry they won't be enough. They worry they've made too many mistakes. They look in the mirror some days and wonder if they're worthy of the kind of love they dream about. They want you to know that they're not perfect, and they're terrified that when you finally meet, you'll see all their flaws and walk away. This fear has shaped them in ways you need to understand. Every relationship that didn't work out has left them a little more cautious, a little more guarded. They've built walls not because they don't want love, but because they want to protect the sacred space they're saving for you. They've said no to settling for less because something deep inside them knows that you exist. They've walked away from relationships that looked perfect on paper because their soul whispered, "This isn't the one. Keep waiting." And that waiting, beloved, has been the hardest thing they've ever done. Your soulmate wants you to know that they've been preparing for you in ways you can't see. They've been working on themselves, healing old wounds, learning hard lessons. Every book they read about becoming a better person, every therapy session they attend, every prayer they pray for growth and wisdom, it's all been for you. They don't even fully realize it yet, but their soul has been directing them toward becoming the person who can love you the way you deserve to be loved. They've been learning patience through their struggles, developing empathy through their pain, building strength through their challenges. All of this, every single experience, has been preparing them to be your safe haven, your soft place to land, your home in human form. Take a moment right now to like this video if you're feeling this truth resonating in your soul. When you press that like button, you're sending a signal to the universe that you're receiving this message, that you're acknowledging the divine orchestration happening in your life. Your simple action of liking helps spread this message to other souls who need to hear what their soulmate wants them to know. You become part of heaven's delivery system, a messenger of hope for hearts that are waiting just like yours. There's something else your soulmate desperately wants you to understand. They want you to know that they already love you. I know this might sound impossible. How can someone love you when they haven't met you yet? But love at the soul level doesn't follow earthly rules. Their soul recognized yours before either of you were born into this physical realm. In the space between dreams and waking, in those moments when the veil between worlds is thinnest, they feel you. They can't explain it logically, but they know you're out there. They love your strength that they somehow sense. They love your gentleness that they somehow feel. They love the way you refuse to give up, even when life has given you every reason to. They love the light you carry, even though they haven't seen it with their physical eyes yet. Your soulmate has been having dreams about you. Not clear dreams where they can see your face perfectly, but dreams filled with feelings, sensations, and knowings. They wake up from these dreams with tears on their cheeks sometimes, overwhelmed by a love so pure and powerful that it transcends their understanding. In these dreams, they feel safe in a way they've never felt in waking life. They feel understood without having to explain themselves. They feel accepted without having to earn it. And when they wake up, the absence of you is almost unbearable. They carry that dream feeling with them throughout their day, comparing every interaction to that perfect feeling of being with you, and nothing else measures up. The angels want me to tell you something crucial about divine timing. Your soulmate is going through a significant transformation right now. There are things in their life that need to be resolved before your paths can properly merge. This isn't punishment or unnecessary delay. This is divine protection. Heaven is ensuring that when you meet, both of you will be ready to receive the fullness of this blessing. If you met too soon, before certain healings took place, before certain lessons were learned, before certain chapters were closed, the relationship might not survive. The love would be there, but the readiness wouldn't. And heaven loves you both too much to allow your connection to be jeopardized by premature timing. Your soulmate wants you to know that they've been seeing signs of you everywhere. Maybe it's a stranger who walks past them with your energy. Maybe it's a conversation they overhear that sounds like something you would say. Maybe it's a feeling they get in certain places, like you've been there before or will be there soon. These synchronicities are driving them beautifully crazy. They've started paying attention to everything, wondering if each new person they meet might be you. They've become more aware of divine signs, more open to spiritual guidance, more convinced that the universe is conspiring to bring you together. This searching has actually been part of their spiritual awakening. Looking for you has taught them to look for God in everything. Here's one of the most beautiful secrets your soulmate wants you to know. They pray for you. Even without knowing your name, without knowing your face, They send prayers up for your protection, your happiness, your peace. When they're having a good day, they wonder if you're happy too. When they're struggling, they hope you're being held by grace. They pray that life is being gentle with you. They pray that you're not losing hope. They pray that you know you're loved even if you can't feel it yet. Sometimes they talk to you in their mind, having whole conversations with your energy, telling you to hold on, promising they're coming, asking you to wait just a little longer. The Bible tells us in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This promise isn't just about your individual journey, beloved. This is about the plan heaven has for you and your soulmate together. The prosperity mentioned isn't just financial. It's the richness of true connection. The hope isn't just wishful thinking. It's the confident expectation of divine fulfillment. The future isn't just tomorrow or next year. It's the eternal bond being forged between two souls meant to reflect divine love on earth. Type divinely guided in the comments if you feel the truth of this heavenly orchestration in your life. When you declare that you are divinely guided, you acknowledge that your love story isn't random, isn't accidental, isn't left to chance. You affirm that heaven itself is writing your love story, and the author of love doesn't write stories without beautiful endings. Your comment becomes a prayer, a declaration, a spiritual marker that says you trust the divine process even when you can't see the full picture yet. Your soulmate wants you to know about the nights they can't sleep, not because of anxiety or worry, but because their soul feels restless, like it's waiting for something, someone. They lie awake wondering where you are, what you're doing, if you're happy. They wonder if you feel this same restlessness, this same divine discontentment with being apart. Sometimes they go outside and look at the stars, knowing you're under the same sky, and they feel a little closer to you. They send their love to you through the starlight, through the moon's gentle glow, through the wind that travels everywhere. They hope somehow you can feel it, this love that has nowhere to go yet but up to heaven and out to the universe, waiting to find its home in your heart. There's a wound your soulmate carries that they want you to know about. It's the wound of almost loves, the relationships that seemed right but weren't. Each time they've had to walk away from someone who wasn't you, even when that person was good and kind, it broke something in them. Not because they loved those people the way they'll love you, but because walking away from good to wait for divine feels like insanity sometimes. Their friends and family don't always understand why they keep saying no to people who seem perfect for them. They can't explain that their soul has already said yes to you, and that yes makes every other option feel like betrayal. Your soulmate wants you to know they've been preparing their life for you in practical ways too. Maybe they've been working on their career, not just for success, but to be able to provide stability for the family they dream of having with you. Maybe they've been healing their relationship with their parents so they don't bring unresolved family trauma into your union. Maybe they've been learning to manage their finances better, to communicate more clearly, to be more patient, more understanding. They've been becoming someone worthy of the love they're asking for. Every self-improvement step they take is a love letter to you, written in actions rather than words. The depth of their preparation goes beyond what most people would understand. They've been learning to love themselves because they know they can't properly love you from an empty cup. They've been facing their shadows, the parts of themselves they used to hide because they want to come to you whole, not seeking you to complete them, but to complement them. They've been practicing vulnerability in safe spaces, learning to open their heart, to express their emotions, to be the kind of partner who can hold space for deep intimacy. This work hasn't been easy. There have been nights they've cried from the difficulty of facing their own demons. But they do it for you, for the future you'll build together. Please take a moment to like this video if you haven't already. Your engagement helps this message reach other souls who are waiting to hear from their soulmate. When you like and share this video, you become part of a divine network, spreading hope and truth to hearts that need it. You never know who might be on the verge of giving up on love, who might need exactly this message to keep believing. Be an angel for someone else today by helping this message spread its wings. Your soulmate wants you to know about their past, not the details, but the essence. They want you to know they haven't been perfect. They've made mistakes that still haunt them sometimes. They've hurt people without meaning to. They've been selfish in moments when they should have been generous. They've chosen fear when they should have chosen love. But every mistake has taught them something vital about the person they want to be for you. Every failure has shown them what not to do when heaven finally brings you together. They've learned the cost of careless words, so they're preparing to speak to you with intention and kindness. They've learned the pain of broken promises, so they're preparing to be someone whose word means everything. There's something beautiful happening in their spiritual life because of you. Your soulmate has been drawing closer to the divine, not because they're trying to earn you as a reward, but because searching for you has made them search for meaning in everything. They've started to see that love, real love, the kind you two will share, is a reflection of divine love. It's made them want to understand that divine love better. They've been reading spiritual texts, maybe attending religious services, maybe just spending more time in nature, feeling connected to something greater. They want to be spiritually aligned when you meet, because they sense that your connection will be as much spiritual as it is physical and emotional. Your soulmate has been having conversations with God about you. Raw, honest conversations where they pour out their longing, their frustration with the weight, their fears that maybe they're fooling themselves. But in the quiet moments after these prayers, they feel a peace wash over them, a knowing that you're real, you're coming, and the wait will be worth it. They've made deals with heaven, promising to cherish you, to never take you for granted, to be the partner you deserve if only God will bring you into their life. These prayers have been heard, beloved. Every single one has been recorded in heaven's archives, and the angels are working to answer them in ways that will exceed what either of you have dared to imagine. The angels want me to share with you that your soulmate's deepest secret isn't just about their fears or their preparations. Their deepest secret is that they already feel married to you in their soul. This might sound strange, but in the realm of spirit, your union already exists. It was created before you were born, and it exists outside of time. Your soulmate feels this. They feel claimed by you, spoken for, taken. This is why they can't fully give their heart to anyone else. It's not available. It belongs to you already. They walk through life feeling married to a ghost, committed to a dream, faithful to someone they've never met. And while this devotion is beautiful, it's also lonely. They want you to know that this loneliness isn't your fault and they don't resent it. They'd rather be lonely waiting for you than falsely satisfied with someone else. Your soulmate wants you to know that they've been preparing their heart to be brave enough to love you. You see, when you've waited so long for something, when you've built it up in your mind and heart, the thought of finally receiving it can be terrifying. What if reality doesn't match the dream? What if they fumble this precious gift? What if they're so overwhelmed by finally finding you that they don't know how to act? They've been working on their courage, reminding themselves that perfect love casts out fear. They've been practicing being present, learning to quiet their anxious thoughts, developing the ability to just be in the moment. Because when they finally meet you, they don't want to be so caught up in their head that they miss the miracle of your presence. Type "Heaven Sent" in the comments if you believe your soulmate is a gift from above. This declaration acknowledges that your love story is being written by divine hands, that your soulmate isn't just someone you'll find, but someone heaven is sending to you. When you type these words, you align yourself with heaven's plan. You agree with the divine arrangement. You open yourself to receive what has always been meant for you. There's something your soulmate does that would touch your heart if you knew about it. They save things for you. Maybe it's experiences they want to share with you. Restaurants they won't go to because they want their first time there to be with you. Movies they won't watch because they want to experience them together. Places they won't visit because they want to see them through your eyes. They have a mental list of things they want to show you, share with you, experience with you. Their whole life has become a collection of when I meet them moments. They're not living a half-life while they wait for you, but they're consciously choosing to save certain special things for when life becomes complete with your presence. Your soulmate wants you to know that they see you in their future so clearly it sometimes takes their breath away. They see Sunday mornings with you, quiet and peaceful, no need for words because the communication happens soul to soul. They see difficult days when life throws challenges at you both, but somehow facing them together makes them bearable, even strengthening. They see themselves growing old with you, and the thought doesn't scare them. It comforts them. They see children who have your eyes or your smile, and the vision makes them emotional every time. They see a home filled with the kind of love that makes everyone who enters feel safe and welcomed. These aren't just fantasies to them. These visions feel like memories from a future that already exists, just waiting for time to catch up. The physical aspect of missing you is something your soulmate struggles with. They miss holding you even though they've never held you. Their arms literally ache sometimes with the absence of you. They have phantom memories of what it feels like to have you next to them, and the emptiness of your absence is almost unbearable. They've caught themselves reaching for you in their sleep, only to wake up to the reality that you're not there yet. This physical longing isn't about desire alone. It's about the human need for the comfort of their person, for the safety of being held by the one who truly knows them. Your soulmate wants you to know that they've been protecting their energy for you. They've become careful about who they let into their space, who they share their time with, who has access to their emotional world. Not because they've become cold or distant, but because they're saving the best of themselves for you. They've learned that energy is finite, and they want to come to you with a full heart, not one that's been drained by relationships and situationships that were never meant to last. They've been practicing boundaries, learning to say no, choosing solitude over the wrong company. This hasn't made them popular sometimes, but they'd rather be alone and ready for you than surrounded and unavailable when you arrive. Here's something that might surprise you. Your soulmate has been feeling you more strongly lately. The connection between you has been intensifying and they don't understand why. They just know that something has shifted in the spiritual realm. Maybe you've been doing inner work that has raised your vibration. Maybe you've finally released something that was blocking your connection. Maybe you've reached a level of readiness that has sent ripples through the spiritual realm, reaching them wherever they are. They feel this shift as a restlessness, an urgency, a knowing that something is about to change. They've been seeing more signs, having more dreams, feeling more pulled towards certain places and situations. The universe is conspiring more obviously now, and they can feel it. The Bible reminds us in Ecclesiastes 3:11, He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. This verse speaks directly to your situation, beloved. The beauty of your union with your soulmate will be revealed in its perfect time, not a moment too soon or too late. And that eternal feeling you have, that sense that this love transcends time and space, that's because heaven has placed eternity in your heart, the ability to love beyond the constraints of this physical world. Your soulmate feels this same eternity in their heart, this same knowing that what you share goes beyond one lifetime. Your soulmate wants you to know that they've been learning about love by watching others. They observe couples everywhere they go, not with envy but with study. They watch how people hurt each other with careless words and promise themselves they'll never speak to you that way. They see how people take each other for granted and vow to celebrate you every day. They notice how some couples become each other's everything, losing themselves in the process. And they commit to loving you while still maintaining their identity and encouraging you to maintain yours. Every relationship they witness becomes a lesson in what to do or what not to do when they finally get to love you. There's a fear your soulmate has that they want you to understand. They're afraid that by the time you meet, you'll have been hurt so badly by others that you won't be able to fully open your heart to them. They know that every day that passes is another day you might be experiencing pain, disappointment, or betrayal from someone who isn't meant for you. They wish they could protect you from all of that. Wish they could fast forward to the part where you're safely in each other's arms. They pray for your heart's protection, for your ability to heal, for your strength to remain soft despite the hardness of the world. They want you to know that when you meet, they'll be patient with your wounds. They'll understand if you need time to trust. They'll prove themselves worthy of your healing heart day by day, moment by moment, until you feel safe enough to give them all of you. Your soulmate has been preparing to be the answer to prayers you haven't even prayed yet. They've been developing skills, talents, and resources that will meet needs you don't even know you have. Maybe they're learning to cook because somehow they sense you'll need nurturing through food. Maybe they're developing patience because they sense you'll need someone who won't rush you. Maybe they're building financial stability because they sense you'll need security. They don't fully understand why they're drawn to develop certain aspects of themselves, but their soul is preparing them to be exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. Share this video with someone who needs to hear what their soulmate wants them to know. Sometimes we're called to be messengers for others, to deliver hope to hearts that have grown weary of waiting. When you share this message, you might be the angel someone needs today, the sign they've been asking for, the encouragement that keeps them believing in divine timing. Don't underestimate the power of sharing hope. You never know whose life you might change, whose faith you might restore, whose love story you might help unfold. Your soulmate wants you to know about the moments they almost gave up. Yes, there have been moments when the wait felt too long, the loneliness too heavy, the hope too painful to hold. They've had nights when they wondered if they were foolish to believe in soulmates, if they should just settle for comfortable love instead of waiting for divine love. But something always pulls them back to faith. Maybe it's a dream of you that feels too real to be just imagination. Maybe it's a sign that appears just when they need it most. Maybe it's just that quiet voice inside that says, "Keep waiting. They're coming." They want you to know that their faith hasn't been perfect, but it has been persistent. They've chosen to believe in you, in your connection, even when everything logical said to stop. The growth your soulmate has experienced while waiting for you has been profound. They've become someone they wouldn't have become without this journey. The patience they've developed, the faith they've cultivated, the self-love they've grown, all of it has been shaped by the sacred waiting for you. They want you to know that they don't resent the time it's taken. They understand now that they needed to become this version of themselves to be ready for you. The person they were 5 years ago, even 1 year ago, wouldn't have been able to love you the way you deserve. This waiting hasn't been wasted time. It's been preparation time, transformation time, becoming time. Your soulmate wants you to know that they already accept you, fully and completely, exactly as you are right now. Not as you might be someday, not as you wish you were, but as you are in this very moment. They accept your past with all its mistakes. They accept your present with all its struggles. They accept your imperfections, your wounds, your fears, your doubts. They don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be real. They don't need you to have everything figured out. They need you to be willing to figure it out together. They don't need you to be healed from everything. They need you to be open to healing together. There's something happening in the spiritual realm right now that your soulmate is sensing. The barriers that have been keeping you apart are beginning to dissolve. These might be physical barriers like distance, emotional barriers like past wounds, or circumstantial barriers like current relationships that need to end. Your soulmate can feel these obstacles weakening, feel the path between you clearing. They don't know exactly how it will happen, but they know with increasing certainty that it will happen. This knowing has brought them a peace they haven't felt before, a calm certainty that replaces anxious wondering. They're not questioning if anymore, only when. Your soulmate has a message for you about divine timing that they want me to share. They want you to trust that every single day of waiting has been necessary. Every tear you've cried has been washing away what needed to be released. Every lonely night has been teaching you to be comfortable with yourself so you don't lose yourself in them. Every failed relationship has been showing you what you don't want, so you'll recognize what you do want when it appears. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been punishment. Everything has been preparation. And when you finally meet, you'll understand why it had to take exactly this long, why you had to go through exactly what you've gone through. The dreams your soulmate has been having about you have been increasing in frequency and intensity. Sometimes they wake up with such a strong sense of your presence that they look around the room expecting to see you. They can almost smell your scent, though they don't know what you smell like yet. They can almost hear your laugh, though they don't know what you sound like yet. These dreams aren't always visual. Sometimes they're just feelings. The feeling of coming home, of being understood, of being finally, fully, completely at peace. They treasure these dreams, even though waking up from them is painful. Each dream feels like a promise, a preview, a gift from heaven to sustain them through the waiting. Type "ready to receive" if you feel prepared for this divine connection to manifest in your physical reality. This declaration is important because heaven waits for our readiness. Not perfection, but readiness. When you declare that you're ready to receive, you signal to the universe that you've done the inner work, you've created the space, you've prepared your heart for the magnitude of this blessing. Your words have power, and this declaration creates an energetic opening for your soulmate to enter your life. Your soulmate wants you to know that they think about the little things more than the big things. Yes, they dream about your wedding day, but they think more about lazy Saturday mornings. They imagine grand romantic gestures, but they yearn more for the simple pleasure of grocery shopping together. They fantasize about passionate declarations of love, but what they really want is the comfortable silence of two people who don't need words. They want to know how you take your coffee, what makes you laugh until you cry, what childhood memory still makes you smile. They want the ordinary magic of daily life with you more than they want the extraordinary moments, because they know that true love lives in the mundane moments, the daily choices to show up for each other. There's a prayer your soulmate prays that would move you to tears if you heard it. They don't ask for you to be perfect. They don't ask for a fairy tale. They ask for the strength to love you well. They ask for the wisdom to understand you. They ask for the patience to work through challenges together. They ask for the humility to admit when they're wrong. They ask for the courage to be vulnerable with you. They ask to be the safe place you can always come home to. They pray less about receiving love and more about being capable of giving the kind of love you deserve. Your soulmate wants you to know that they've been setting intentions for your relationship. Not expectations that could lead to disappointment, but intentions that guide their preparation. They intend to make you laugh every day. They intend to support your dreams even when they don't fully understand them. They intend to choose you every morning, not just once at an altar. They intend to be your best friend, not just your lover. They intend to create a relationship that makes others believe in love again. These intentions shape their daily choices, their personal growth, their prayers for readiness. The Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians 13:7 that love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Your soulmate embodies this scripture in their waiting for you. They protect the sacred space in their heart that belongs only to you. They trust in divine timing even when human logic fails. They hope with a hope that has been tested by time but never defeated. They persevere through loneliness, through doubt, through the well-meaning but hurtful comments of people who tell them they're too picky or waiting for something that doesn't exist. This perseverance is their gift to you, their proof of a love that exists before the meeting, a love that will only grow stronger with togetherness. Your soulmate wants you to know that they've been learning to love themselves because they understand that you can't give what you don't have. This hasn't been easy for them. They've had to face parts of themselves they didn't like, forgive themselves for past mistakes, learn to see themselves through heaven's eyes rather than the world's judgment. They've stood in front of mirrors and practiced speaking kindly to themselves, knowing that the voice they use with themselves will influence the voice they use with you. They've learned to celebrate their strengths without arrogance and acknowledge their weaknesses without shame. This self-love journey has been one of the hardest things they've done, but they do it for you, for the relationship you'll build together. There's something about the current season that has your soulmate feeling especially connected to you. Maybe it's the changing of nature that reminds them that everything has its time. Maybe it's the holidays approaching that make them long for someone to create traditions with. Maybe it's just that they've reached a level of spiritual maturity where they can feel you more clearly across the distance between you. Whatever the reason, they want you to know that they feel you closer than ever. Sometimes they could swear they feel you thinking about them. Sometimes they're overwhelmed with a wave of emotion that doesn't seem to originate from their own experience, and they wonder if they're feeling your feelings. Your soulmate has been preparing their life practically for your arrival. They've been creating stability, emotional, financial, spiritual stability, not because they think you need them to take care of you, but because they want to contribute to a solid foundation for the life you'll build together. They've been dealing with their baggage, the kind that could sabotage a relationship if left unaddressed. They've been ending cycles that no longer serve them, leaving behind toxic friendships, changing negative patterns, healing generational trauma. They want to come to you as clean as possible, not perfect, but not carrying unnecessary weight that could burden your union. The synchronicities your soulmate has been experiencing would amaze you. They see references to love everywhere, but not just any love, the specific kind of divine soulmate love that you two will share. They hear conversations between strangers that seem like messages meant for them. They find books, songs, movies at exactly the right moment with exactly the right message. These aren't coincidences. These are breadcrumbs from heaven, leading them to you, keeping their faith alive, confirming what their soul already knows, that you exist, you're real, and you're coming. Your soulmate wants you to know about the ways they've been protecting their heart for you. This doesn't mean they've become cold or closed off. It means they've become selective. They've learned the difference between being available and being accessible to everyone. They've established boundaries that honor the sacredness of what they're waiting for. They've walked away from situations that would have been settling for less. Each time they say no to wrong love, they're saying yes to you. Each time they choose to wait rather than settle, they're choosing you. This choosing hasn't always been easy, but it's always been clear. Their heart knows what it's waiting for, and nothing else will do. Please take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who needs hope in their love journey. Every share is an act of love, spreading divine messages to hearts that need them. You become part of heaven's network when you help these truths reach the souls who are waiting to hear them. Don't underestimate the power of being a messenger of hope. Your simple act of sharing could be the sign someone has been praying for. Your soulmate wants you to know that they've already forgiven you for whatever you think makes you unworthy of love. That mistake you can't let go of, they've already forgiven it. That part of your past you're ashamed of, they've already accepted it. That thing about yourself you think will make them walk away, they've already embraced it. They don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be honest. They don't need you to be without flaws. They need you to be willing to grow. They don't need you to have no baggage. They need you to be willing to unpack it together. The spiritual awakening your soulmate has experienced because of you has transformed their entire life. Searching for you has led them to search for meaning. Waiting for you has taught them patience with divine timing in all areas. Believing in your existence when there's no physical proof has strengthened their faith in things unseen. You've been their spiritual teacher without even meeting them yet. You've been the catalyst for their growth, the reason they've reached for higher understanding, the motivation for becoming their best self. When you meet, they want to thank you for this, for being the invisible force that led them to discover who they really are. Your soulmate has been experiencing physical symptoms of your approaching union. Maybe it's a restlessness they can't shake, an energy building in their chest that feels like anticipation. Maybe it's dreams so vivid they affect their waking hours. Maybe it's a pull towards certain places, a feeling that they need to be somewhere but they don't know where. Their body is responding to the spiritual shift that's occurring, preparing for the meeting that their soul knows is coming. These physical sensations are confirmations that this isn't just a mental or emotional experience, it's a full being preparation for a connection that will involve every aspect of their existence. There's something your soulmate does that they're almost embarrassed about, but they want you to know. They practice conversations with you. In the shower, in the car, walking alone, they have full conversations with your energy. They tell you about their day. They ask you questions and imagine your answers. They work through future disagreements, practicing how to communicate with love even in conflict. They share their dreams and listen for yours. These conversations aren't crazy, they're practice. They're preparing to be the communicator you need, the listener you deserve, the partner who can hold space for all of you. Your soulmate wants you to know that they've been working on their triggers and reactions. They've been noticing what makes them shut down, what makes them defensive, what brings out their worst self. And they've been actively working to heal these reactive places. Not to be perfect, but to be conscious. They want to be someone who responds rather than reacts, who can stay present even in difficult conversations, who can hold steady when emotions run high. They've been practicing with other relationships, learning to stay open when they want to close, to speak up when they want to withdraw, to be vulnerable when they want to protect themselves. The vision your soulmate has for your future together is both detailed and flexible. They see the life you'll create but hold it loosely, knowing that you'll have your own dreams to weave into the tapestry. They imagine the home you'll make but leave room for your taste and style. They dream of adventures but wait to plan them with you. They've learned the balance between having vision and staying open, between dreaming and allowing, between planning and flowing. This balance will serve your relationship well, creating structure without rigidity, dreams without demands. Your soulmate wants you to know that every love song makes them think of you, but not in a sad, longing way anymore. Now it feels like prophecy, like promises of what's to come. They've created playlists for you, for moments you'll share that haven't happened yet. Songs for your first dance, for road trips together, for quiet mornings, for celebrations, for the times when words won't be enough. Music has become their way of feeling connected to you, of expressing feelings too big for their own words. When you meet, they'll share these playlists with you, and you'll understand how long they've been loving you through melody and lyric, type, blessed and ready. In the comments to affirm that you receive this message and stand ready for divine love to manifest in your life. This final declaration seals your intention, marks this moment as a turning point, creates an energetic signature that says you're not just hoping anymore, you're expecting. You're not just waiting, you're preparing. You're not just dreaming, you're ready to receive the reality of divine love. Your soulmate's deepest secret, the one that encompasses all others, is that they don't just want to find love with you, they want to become love with you. They want your union to be a force for good in the world, a light that helps others believe again, a testament to divine timing and perfect planning. They want your love to heal not just each other, but to ripple out and touch everyone around you. They want children to see what healthy love looks like. They want friends to be inspired to wait for divine rather than settle for convenient. They want your parents to see their child truly cherished. They want strangers to see you together and remember that true love exists. As this message comes to a close, the angels want you to know that your soulmate is closer than you think. Not necessarily in physical distance, though that may be true too, but in readiness, in alignment, in divine timing. The seasons are shifting in the spiritual realm. Paths are converging. Hearts are being prepared for recognition. The wait that has felt eternal is approaching its divine conclusion. Trust this, feel this, know this in the deepest part of your being. Your soulmate wants you to know that when you finally meet, they'll tell you all of this themselves. They'll share the journey of waiting for you, the lessons learned, the growth gained, the faith tested and proven. They'll show you the journals where they wrote to you before they knew your name. They'll share the prayers they prayed, the tears they cried, the moments they almost gave up but didn't. And you'll share your journey too, and in that sharing, you'll both understand that every moment of waiting was worth it for the magnitude of what you found in each other. Until that moment comes, know that you are loved across the distance. Know that someone's heart beats with yours in cosmic rhythm. Know that heaven is orchestrating a love story that will exceed your wildest dreams. Know that your soulmate is real, is waiting, is preparing, is coming. The angels surround you both with protection and guidance. The universe conspires for your union. And love, divine love, the kind that transforms everything it touches, is making its way to you. Hold on, beloved soul. Trust the timing. Prepare your heart. Your soulmate is doing the same. And when heaven's perfect moment arrives, you'll understand why it had to happen exactly as it did. You'll see the perfection in the timing, the necessity of the preparation, the beauty of the journey. And you'll know with every fiber of your being that some things, the best things, are absolutely worth waiting for. Share this message with someone who needs to remember that their soulmate is out there, thinking of them, praying for them, preparing for them. Like this video to affirm that you've received this divine message. And comment blessed and ready to declare your readiness for divine love. Remember, beloved soul, you are never alone in this journey. Heaven watches over you, angels guide your steps, and somewhere in this vast world, a heart beats in rhythm with yours, waiting for the divine moment when two souls become one. That moment is coming. Trust, prepare, and receive. Your love story is being written by the hand of the divine, and divine stories always have perfect endings.